It's mixed feelings. I'm ready to go on to another phase of life. I'm saying retiring, but it's just another way of moving on to another phase of life. I've really enjoyed the time I've had here. I've met wonderful people in the local community, very loyal people that will come back time and time again to get their framing done. And it's been a wonderful experience meeting all the different people and hearing their stories. Everyone loves to come in and have a chat. So you can spend a lot of time with a customer finding out a lot. And some of those customers I've had literally for 20 odd years. So you've seen them bring in their little children who've grown up into teenagers who now come and get things framed as well. Originally when we took over the business, it's been a picture framer in the Clocktower since 1985. I think we're about the third owners of the business. The original owners, I think the story goes, were from Aylesbury in England, and therefore they badged it as Aylesbury's Framing. Now, we kept that name to start with because in the old days when you had the yellow pages, Aylesbury's with an A was right at the top of the listings, so it became convenient from that aspect. But as time went on and the yellow pages started to disappear as their relevance disappeared, then I felt giving it the name of Clocktower gave it location. And so it was a little bit easier calling it Clocktower Framers, although on the phone quite often people would think I was calling it Cocktail Framers. There's been so many things that have changed, not only the area of Inglewood that's been expanding, Mount Lawley sort of lifestyle has been shifting down this way over the last few years. When we first took over the business, we had the famous kink in the road removed. The kink in the road was interesting actually because it made one side of the road or the other a one-way traffic, and especially when they started to rip things up, the traffic flow into Perth was slowed down enormously. So of a morning, and we do get a lot of traffic through in the mornings and the evenings, the traffic was going past our shop at an absolute snail pace. And over a time, I actually picked up business from people who were passing by and saw there was a framer in Inglewood. I think the other changes around at Motor Road have been other businesses that have moved into the area, and that's been wonderful with the cafes opening up and the smaller shops opening up. So that's been interesting, and you do get a lot of business from the local business owners too. I've had 30 years school teaching industrial arts or manual arts in the old days. So I've come from a background of woodwork, photography, technical drawing, a bit of metalwork, so jack of all trades. And my wife and I were running a little craft business just on the side and going to craft markets on weekends. And I started to make photo frames at home, just very rudimentary, and they sold pretty well. And my wife's also into art, so she was getting her framing done at various framers around the place, including the original people that we took over the business from. And on one occasion, they indicated that they wanted to retire, just like me. So we thought about it, and I decided to give picture framing a crack and move away from education. Starting off in the business was, as I said, with the background I had, it was quite easy to do the manual tasks, and it was just a case of learning how to actually run a framing business after coming out of school teaching. Didn't take all that long, and we managed to get on top of things fairly quickly. I had taken 6 months leave from teaching to see how the business went after we purchased it, and after that 6 months I thought, yes, we can make a go of this. So we took a little bit more time off from my teaching until the department asked me to make up my mind whether I wanted to be a teacher or a framer. And so at that stage I decided to pull the pin from teaching and become a full-time framer without worrying about education. I'm sure my wife will have a few things for me to catch up on around the house that haven't been done for a while, but beyond that, I've always had a love of photography, so I hope to move on to try and become a bit more proficient in that way, and enjoy some time taking some landscape and wildlife photography, especially around our local area down in Falcon.